Well, Chris, thanks for joining us on another weekly update on the stable. Darker morning this morning. I couldn't believe it when I put the camera on. It actually looked like you had a suntan. Please, you wouldn't have a suntan, would you?
Sometimes, yeah. About 3 or 4 days in the year I get into the sun.
Righto, let's get into Saturday at Randwick before we go through the past week. A couple of runners there at Randwick. We'll start off with the first 3-year-old fillies, benchmark 64 for the first start at Canossa.
She goes all right, but it's a big step up for a horse having its first start, so it's a big starting point. Gives you an indication on Sydney prize money, and I would say it would be equal to the best in the world, if not the best in the world, providing you've got the right horses and providing you've got a sound horse that you can race throughout a preparation. If you can get 20 runs out of a horse in Sydney, you're going to make a lot of prize money. So look, it's a big step for a filly having her first start, but she deserves to be there. I think her work's been good. She's trialled well and probably can't win, but certainly be a place chance.
The second race of the day, one of my favourites, Luke Cripitus. Can he break through on Saturday?
He can. He just looks like a horse to follow every start, but the people that have backed him would soon realise that that's the type of horse he is. He does get 2,600 metres this Saturday. He's only got a small field to compete against, which I think will make it easier for a horse that has flat spots in their runs, and also his style of racing, which gets back, would mean that he's got less trouble to get into. So perfect race for him. Any rain about, which it looks like there is, won't worry him. He'll get through it, no problems.
Race 3, a new addition to the stable. She obviously missed the bus back to Brisbane after racing at Randwick a fortnight ago. Ended up at our place, Hidden Kisses. Good run last start. She pleased you since arriving?
Yeah, she has, and full credit to Rob Heathcote, who trained her before us. She's in good form, and she's won some good prize money out there. So she's fortunate enough to end up with us, and she's in the right race as well. I'm just a little bit concerned about the track for her. Her better form looks to be on good to dead tracks. She's coming off the back of a good run, Natural Willer aboard, good barrier. There's a lot to like about it, providing that track's not worse than slow on Saturday.
Are you concerned about the track ahead of Saturday? I mean, we've got a bit of rain around this morning. It was publicised that the club had copped a fair bit of criticism from the stewards for holding a few barrier trials there last Friday, and obviously there has been concerns over the track over the past few meetings.
The track's terrible. I don't think it's anyone's to blame, not current anyway. Everyone's doing the best they can with what they've got, but we've got a track that doesn't drain, and any bit of rain we get seems to exaggerate the track conditions, and therefore we get a lot worse track, and it's highlighted at this time of the year where there's no drying at all. So basically, it's a real problem for racing, but hopefully we'll get the spring months here quickly.
Race 4, the 1100 metre benchmark 80 handicap for Sydney City Toyota. Field Marshal, I still can't believe he didn't win last start.
Very close, and it's big odds, Liam, 20 to 1. He's a good horse. He's another one that'll need a better track than a slow, so be wary if it is a slow track. He's also nominated for a race at Warwick Farm on Wednesday, which would obviously be a little bit easier. 1100 metres, probably a touch short, but we purposely kept him a little bit fresh for the race. And incidentally, Sydney City Toyota, I think that's Ian Mayer, is it? One of our owners.
Yeah, the great man, Ian.
Yeah, so good to see people sponsoring racing, and obviously that helps generate Sydney's prize money.
Just in relation to Field Marshal, the earmuffs come off for Saturday, obviously coming back in trip. Any reason for that?
It's getting a little bit warmer now and the ears don't get cold. But,
having a look at your ears, you might need a set of earmuffs.
They actually help relax the horse, and they don't affect their performance. But he is relaxing beautifully now. and drop him back to 1100. I don't think he needs them, so taking them off.
Good stuff. No runner in the Missile Stakes, or the Rosebud for that matter. Let's
Just
jump
on that matter, Liam, Missile and the Rosebud, they're not worth enough prize money. We've got a first starter racing for 50,000 first prize. I think in the Missile, we've got Group 2 weight for age horses running for 75,000, extra 25,000. So probably the only little area we need to look at in New South Wales is our prize money for our listed in Group 3 racing in particular, and then stagger it through to a Group 2 and Group 1, which obviously need to be more. So those good horses need to be rewarded. There's no real incentive to run in the Missile. We've got 4 or 5 horses that we're running in 2 weeks' time, and we could have sent them round. If it was a $250,000 race, you'd certainly have them wound right up for it, but I don't want it to interrupt your preparations, and instead they'll race in 2 weeks' time.
Race 7, a 1600 metre event. Marden second up with the great man Jay Kissick aboard.
Went super last start. Got home strongly, first up over 1400. Steps up to a mile. I think it could be a blowout chance. I see he's well out of the market, but yeah, I think he's come back better than ever, and I don't think a slow track would worry him, and he'll be hitting the line strongly.
Race 8, 1400 metres, top weight Egglestein, again for the great apprentice from Young, Johnny Kissick.
He's not that good. He got lost in fog a couple of weeks ago, but he's riding well when he gets here.
There's not a lot of Emirates A380s in Wagga, champ. Give him a break. He's flying 8-seaters out of there.
The horse is in good form, obviously winning his last 2 starts. Wet track won't worry him. I was concerned about the distance being too short, but if it is a slower, heavy track, won't worry him. He'll be like a mile anyway, especially late in the day. Got an awkward draw. He'll just get back, get a bit of cover, and hopefully get home strongly.
And the other runner for the stable, Altered Boy, thought he was pleasing enough first up.
Working as well as he has for a long time, and as you say, his first up run was good. Hugh Bowman goes aboard, or stays aboard. He rode a master and was happy enough with his run. So it's good to have someone like Hugh aboard a horse like him that needs an experienced rider. So he's not without a chance, Liam.
And obviously the wet track will play into his favour. Going down to Melbourne at Flemington, 2 runners down there. Berry Miller heads south after a win at Rosehill a couple of weeks ago.
It was a good win, and she's in good form, got confidence. We're lucky here at Rosehill we get a chance to work the horses the reverse way, or the left-handed, which is what you need to do when you're going down there, and her work's been very good. So she's had about 4 gallops left-handed, and should acclimatise or adapt very well. And we're claiming with Alicia Collett, 2 kilos off. She's ridden it before, actually 2 starts ago for a narrowly beaten to run second, and it was a very good run.
And Eliza Blues backs up 2,000 metres at Flemington. The big track should suit. It
will. She ran a good race there 2 starts ago, but just got tripped up on the slow track that day. I think the 2,000 metres will be fine. She's got an awkward gait. She'll get back midfield, track into the race, and hopefully storm home over the top.
That sounds good to me. Obviously an interesting presentation on Saturday, rewarding you for your big season. 167.5 Metropolitan winners. I read with interest in the Sunday Telegraph, Christian Nicolucci published that the lovely watch you got was worth $5,000. I only got $2,000 for it at Cash Converters on Sunday. Nice watch. Yeah, nice watch.
But no, thanks to the Australian Turf Club, it was very much appreciated. And yeah, they've been a good supporter of mine, which is very appreciative. And I can't thank them enough for that, and obviously for the way they present Sydney racing.
Looking ahead to tonight, we've got the Racing Night of Champions at the Star Casino. Big night for all the owners, trainers, jockeys, and people like me who just like going for the 3-course feed. I bet you're looking forward to the speeches. Obviously, thanking myself and I don't know who else you thank.
Probably everyone else. You'll be the last one because I just carry you. In fact, for saying that, I might even leave you out tonight, Liam. So those of you that are listening, we'll just leave Liam out. If we get a second speech, we might throw him in. No, it's a big night. It's not something I enjoy. I hate speeches, and as you've seen, I get a little bit emotional, but I'm trying to get around that. Not going to write a speech this year, just going to wing it, see how we go. Yeah, but it should be a good night. Between your 3-course meals, Liam, you can probably pop up to the roulette table.
Obviously, it rewards our owners, or everyone's owners, for their horses' performances over the past 12 months. We've obviously lucky enough to have quite a few nominations. Foreteller and Beaten Up and Reliable Man, all nominated for the Middle Distance Horse of the Year. Kalini, the Stayer of the Year. Shootout, the Miler of the Year. And Red Tracer. It also holds 2 nominations, the Queen of the Autumn and the Sprinter of the Year for 2012-13.
It is. It's a good way to end a year. Obviously, not all of them will be winning awards or can win awards, but yeah, it's good to be acknowledged that they're a finalist. Yeah, we had a great season with 9 Group 1 winners, so hopefully 1 or 2 of them can pick up the prize tonight.
Obviously, I'm speaking on behalf of the staff when I say this, and we know you like your designer clothes, but champ, we've had enough of Hugo Boss. You don't have to keep wearing jumpers with Boss written on the side or Boss written on the sleeve. We know you're the boss.
Someone's got to be the boss, Liam. In fact, I work for you. I have to work my butt off just to pay your wages, so you boys are probably the boss.
17 million prize money, fair income champ. Thanks very much. Good luck on Saturday.
Thanks, Liam.